Number 10.
Or zaru ala tzadik ulish lev simcha. Or zaru ala tzadik ulish lev simcha. Or zaru ala tzadik ulish lev simcha. There is a light. What makes it shine? When I do right, it becomes my aim. Straight from the heart, happiness grows. Where there's a light, life overflows. There is a seed. What makes it grow? Where it will lead, there I will go. Straight from the heart, the truth never fails. Where there's a light, justice prevails. We're going to do a couple more songs from the song sheet. The next two, I think people will be able to join with us. Number 18 on the song sheet. Oh, when the month of Tishrei come, you know it's true.
You know it's true.
Sing along. And the autumn sun beats down and shines on you.
And shines on you.
Under the Sukkah, sing.
Ooh.
That's where we'll be. And we'll spend Sukkot together. That's where we'll be.
That's where we'll be.
Oh, can you see the cords of yellow, gold, and red?
Gold and red.
Oh, how I love to see the palm fronds high above your head.
Overhead.
Under the Sukkah,
Ooh.
that's where you'll be. And we'll spend Sukkot together. That's where we'll be. I'm not hearing enough from you guys. Here we go. Under the Sukkah, oh, shake the lulav.
Under the Sukkah.
Shake it with the drum.
Under the Sukkah.
Ooh, we'll celebrate.
Under the Sukkah.
Oh, those veggies look great.
Under the Sukkah. Sukkah.
Oh, say the Jews were wandering in deserts dry.
Deserts dry.
And when they slept outside, they could see the stars in the sky.
All the stars in the sky.
Under the Sukkah.
Under the Sukkah.
That's where we'll be.
That's where we'll be.
And we'll spend Sukkot together. That's where we'll be. Together?
Under the Sukkah.
Oh, we'll shake the lulav.
Under the Sukkah.
Shake it with the etrog. Under the Sukkah. Oh, we'll celebrate. Under the Sukkah. Those veggies are great. Under the Sukkah.
Sukkah.
Nice. Let's do song number 2. Sukkah time, and the living is breezy.
Living is breezy.
Fruits are hanging
Fruits are hanging
from the ceiling and walls.
ceiling and the wall.
We'll eat on me.
We eat our meal
All together each evening.
each and every evening.
Outside in the Sukkah, as the sun falls.
As the sun falls down.
Okay, next one. The hits are just going to keep on coming.
Feels weird to get
This
going.
one is song number 14.
Ah,
Oh yeah, get
Hold on.
ready.
wait. We're gonna get a bunch of Jews to clap on rhythm. It's gonna be great. It might seem crazy what I'm about to say.
ושמחת בחגיך,
Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break.
ושהיית אך שמח,
I'm a hot air balloon. I could go to space.
ושמחת בחגיך,
With the air like I don't care, babe, I wait.
but I feel happy.
Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof.
Yes, 'cause I'm happy.
Clap along if you feel like happiness is a truth. Yeah, yeah,
Yes, I'm
yeah.
happy.
Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I'm happy.
Clap along if you feel like that's what you wanna do. Happy, 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 happy,
because I'm happy.
Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I'm happy.
Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I'm happy.
Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I'm happy.
Clap along if you feel like that's what you wanna do. My favorite part.
Favorite part. We have to do that one more time. You know, the Hebrew for this, I didn't explain the Hebrew. V'samachta b'chagecha. And you should be happy on this holiday. V'ha'ita ach sameach. And only be happy. Sukkot is the happiest holiday. It's a happy holiday. So I think we need to do that. 2, 3, 4. Bisamata, bichagecha.
Oh. Happy, happy, happy.
Everybody
happy,
do that.
Happy, happy, happy.
One more time.
happy,
Bisamata,
happy,
bichagecha. Bisamata,
happy,
bichagecha. 'Cause I'm happy.
Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I'm happy.
Clap along if you know what that's what you wanna do. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm happy.
Clap along if you feel like that's what you wanna do.
Oh, yes. No, Rabbi, come on. If you don't come up, we're just going to keep doing it. Happy, happy, happy.
Shabbat Shalom.
Happy.
It's so great to see all of you here worshiping with us this Shabbat evening. It is Sukkot, the festival of booths. In the Talmud, Sukkot is called Hechag, the festival. We have so many festivals in Judaism, but this is the most important. Why? It has to do with some secrets about Sukkot that I am going to reveal tonight for the first time in public. Gathered from the four corners of the earth, all brought together to bring out some of the true meanings, hidden meanings of Sukkot.
Okay. How many of them are you going to be making up tonight?
Given that comment, about 75. But they'll go very, very slowly. Thank you all for singing along. Thank you, Stacy Citron, for singing with us, leading us in this gorgeous music. And I'm so proud of you. You guys all have about as much rhythm as a bunch of old Eastern European Ashkenazi Jews, except for a couple of you here. I expect a little more later on, okay?
Don't be, Rabbi, really, you should not be surprised because I have forbidden the Orami choir from ever clapping. Oh, because they're completely incompetent. They sing like angels.
But they clap
But they
offbeat.
clamp, they cannot clap.
Well,
They can't do it.
so we actually brought in some people. We have some professional clappers, people who were part of the early years of the congregation back here, brought in because they clap professionally.
Happy.
Welcome to all of you worshiping with us via.
And that
There
is
we
certain.
go.
Please rise for Kaddish.
I have my happy yarmulke. Okay.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's good.
Okay, there we go. Zach Rosen bar mitzvah.
Nice.
And we welcome all of you who are worshiping with us via the live stream. Thank you to Bronze Productions for making that possible. If you're out there, send a text or leave a message so we know you're worshiping along with us. Sukkot, we're here. We should light candles.
Okay.
And then I'll talk.
Good.
Let's do that. So I'd like to invite up Marcy and Debbie, the two chairs of Mitzvah Day this year on November 17th. Let's turn to page 2 in our Sidurim.
La 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 la. Ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav V'tzivanu lehadlik ner V'tzivanu lehadlik ner V'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la.
Let's turn to page 28, and then we'll turn to page 30. You just have to lie or do the Hebrew or both, but please rise for Baruch Hu. everybody.
Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim B'chochma poteach she'arim ובתבונה משנתים ומחליף את הזמנים ומסדר את הכוכבים במשמרותיהם ברקיע כרצונו הלללי בורא יום ולילה גולל אור מפני חושך וחושך מפני אור ומעביר יום ומביא לילה ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה אדוני צבאות שמו אל חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני המעריב ערבים
Please be seated, page 35.
If you're lost, you feel afraid, and you don't know what to say, then listen to our God. Is there a question on your mind? Are the answers hard to find? Then listen to our God. Listen with all your heart and soul, and with all your might. Write them and learn them and teach them well, every morning and night. Close your eyes and listen.
Quiet yourself, there's nothing to say. Stop all the chatter that gets in the way and listen to our God. When the wind and the thunder finally disappear, there's still a voice that you can hear if you listen to our God.
You can hear
From the top of the highest hill, from the valley below, it can come from the edge of the universe, it can come from within your soul. Close your eyes and listen.
Please rise as able. listen, listen to our God. Just listen, listen to our God.
Mother and daughter, Jill and Stacy Citron. To put your arms around each other in the Shema is to recognize that when it says God is one, it's not just saying that God is not two or not three or not many, but God is the oneness that connects everything to everyone. Now, around the world, across time and space, those who are alive and those who are no longer alive, and those who are yet to be born. That Adonai Echad, God is one, connects us all. And God, as we'll talk about later, spreads over us a shelter of peace. What is that shelter of peace? It's a divine form of a Sukkah. This is Sukkot, the festival of booths, when Jews traditionally leave their homes and go out and stay in a sukkah. For a sukkah to be kosher, it can have 4 sides, like this, 3 sides, like this, or this, 2 sides, sort of like this. And if you look at it in a certain way, those are the letters Samech, Chaf, and then Hey, which spells out the word Sukkah. So if you look at the different types from above, you see the word Sukkah spelled out. You put on top of the Sukkah that stuff called...
It's my favorite Hebrew word. Starts with 14 consonants.
And say it again. A schach. So to say it, first of all, it's hard if you weren't born Jewish. It's one of those things like gefilte fish and like sometimes like lox that take a taste to get used to be able to get it out of your mouth. It's actually one of the critical elements to know when someone's finished the conversion process. They can actually say it's not true. But schach is something that was formerly living that now is not living. In the East Coast, they use pine branches. In the Midwest, they use corn stalks. So you have to take the corn husks or whatever off, or else you'll have squirrels in there. And out here, we generally use palm branches.
That's schach.
Schach. Well, schach, it's unclear. It's anything that was
Can we have a
formerly.
little competition? Anybody want to try saying it?
A little schach. There it is. God bless you. So anyways, but I'm not even where I want to get to. Let me just shut. So, schach, the mitzvah, there are a number of mitzvah rituals that one does in the sukkah to fulfill Sukkot. The main one is leishev basukkah, to dwell in a sukkah. You don't need to do anything. You just have to walk into a sukkah, and you have fulfilled one of the main rituals of this holy day. It's by bringing your body forward to a place that was mundane and now it's holy, that you fulfill the mitzvah of celebrating Sukkot. Now, the mitzvah of, it works because if you think about it, our whole self is a microcosm of a sukkah. What is a sukkah? It's a building, something that you've built that's around for a certain amount of time, and then you take it down, it goes away. It's shaky. Our bodies may be strong and firm when we're young, most of us. And then as we get older, you get a little crick over here and over here and back here.
I personally have a lot of schach.
You are the schach, just this shaky thing. So we remember when we're sitting in a sukkah that the ultimate sukkah is the human body, rickety, temporary dwelling place for our souls. Now, we also learn that life is a lot like a sukkah. One strong wind can blow the sukkah down. One strong wind, one strong anything can take us down. And yet on the flip side, this was taught to me by Rabbi Dusty Class, formerly an intern here, who taught me this. Just as one strong wind can knock down a sukkah, so too a sukkah is rebuilt every year. It reminds us that both the sukkah and life are fragile but can be resilient. If you've ever watched someone go into addiction and then make their way through it, that power of resilience in the body, someone who's gotten cancer and has been given a short time, and they, through strength, through power, mind over body, make it longer and longer and longer. Life is like the Sukkah. We also expect the Sukkah ultimately to be blown down. The Sukkah never stands up in the way we expected it. Life doesn't go the way you expect it. And yet, the Sukkah is the spiritual proof text that we get partial credit. It's a halfway built house. We build it up, we use it for a little bit, and then let it go. Finally, there's one more thing. To do the Sukkah right, you need to stand in it at some point in time, look out the door, and look back at your house. You're in a shaky thing. You're in your strong house. How many of you felt the earthquake this past week? Some, and there was a big one up north, and there was one down here I just heard in the last 48 hours. When you get an earthquake, you remember that even the strongest buildings can't always protect us. The Sukkah cannot always protect us, but it reminds us that what's important is what we bring into the Sukkah, which is a little bit to eat and a lot of people to surround us. It's the family and community we bring in that is the longevity and the power. So in a minute, we're going to sing Mi Chamocha. It's a prayer that we sang after we left Egypt and began the wandering. We made it through the Sea of Reeds, the Red Sea. It split. God let us walk through. It crashed down on our enemies. We praise God for keeping us safe and keeping us going. And then we went into the wilderness and wandered and stayed in some sort of Sukkah booth. But before I tell you more, let's get to Mi Chamocha.
La 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 la.
Page 40.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Moshe u'Miriam Zeheli Anu ve'ameru Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed Yalai la 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 Yalalai la la Yalai la 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 Yalalai la la Yalai la 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 Yalalai la la V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam Beni uven b'nei Yisrael Oti leolam Oti leolam V'shamru b'nei Yisrael Et ha-Shabbat Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם וביום השביעי שבת וינפש שבת וינפש שבת וינפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
Close your eyes for a moment. Let's do a spiritual ushpizin. There's an ancient ritual that we're commanded to invite ushpizin, guests, ancient guests, to share our Sukkah meal with us. We start by inviting those from our Jewish past. People will pray about their relationship to God. We remember Abraham and Sarah. We invite in Isaac and Rebekah, remembering their incredible love. We bring in Jacob and Rachel and Leah. We invite King David and Solomon, Devorah and Ruth. And then we come even closer. We invite into our Sukkah, this holy, special, comfortable place, loved ones from our past. Family members who have left this life to go on to whatever is next. See their smiling faces, some of whom you know very close, some who you only know of through pictures or family stories. Now gather around some family and friends from today. And notice that the Sukkah has become like a time machine. We get to travel through time back to our biblical past, to our present, to our recent past. And we imagine that into this circle we will invite future generations. The Sukkah becomes Lador Vador, that thing from generation to generation that connects past and present and future. It reminds us that Adonai Echad, God, is the oneness that connects us all. And so in a moment we'll stand and we'll pray the Amidah. We will remember and pray to the God of Abraham and God of Sarah, God of Isaac and God of Rebekah, God of Jacob and Rachel and Leah. Recognizing that we each had a special, different, unique relationship with God. But we are bound together by this temporary moment we spend together on this earth. When you are ready, let's turn to page 48 and rise for the Amidah.
Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבו. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני,
Page 50.
מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל רחמים רב, סומך נופלים ורפא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו, ישנה ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי אתה קדוש ושמך
Page
קדוש,
52.
וקדוש בכל יום יהללוך סלע. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We take a few moments for silent prayer, praying either the words through page 60 or those in your heart. When you are finished, please be seated. As the world continues at times to be uncomfortable, as what one Israeli described as the chaos in their region continues to grow, we hope we act for peace. We pray also for peace. At the bottom of page 62, Oseh Shalom.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו, יעשה שלום. say shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'alko Yisrael. Yah say shalom, Yah say shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'alko Yisrael. Say shalom b'rama, Ruya say shalom aleinu. Say shalom b'rama, Ruya say shalom aleinu. Oh, say shalom b'rama, Ruya say shalom aleinu. Yah say shalom, Yah say shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'alko Yisrael. Yah say shalom, Yah say shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'alko Yisrael. Yah say shalom, Yah say shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'alko Yisrael. Yah say shalom, Yah say shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'alko
Yep, first time.
You just learned to play
That
that.
was the first time we've ever done it together,
Together.
and first time in that key, and it was a very unusual final chord that I hit, and she made it work.
You made it work.
She
Awesome.
made it work. It was very good.
Shabbat shalom. So, before we move into healing, let's take a moment and just create some community here. Turn in front of you, the people in front, behind. Introduce yourself. We have some people who are longtime members from the early years who are back. Welcome, welcome. Some people sitting off. Turn around, say hello. Meet at least one person. Community is created not by the rabbi or the cantor, but by the community. So when you go out for those Oneg cookies, and they are incredible, though I ate most of the little chocolate ones, make sure you meet a couple of people, say hello to the people you just met or some others, create warmth, create connections. That's how we help each other through the joyous, celebrate through the joyous times, and help each other through the difficult times. And so we're at one of those moments, the moment of healing, whenever we Jews get together. We recognize that life, like the Sukkah, is fragile. And there are times that no matter how much we hope and pray that everything will be fine, it gets a little crickety, and pieces break, pieces don't work quite right. You know, for Sukkah to be kosher, it's not the stars you can see through it, but the fact that rain can come through the roof. If you have too much schach, then, and the rain can't get through, it's not a kosher Sukkah. There's a recognition that even when we're celebrating the festival of joy, we have to recognize that life is sometimes without comfort, with pain, with brokenness. So as we gather together, we say a Mishaberach, a prayer asking for the support of the community, for God's healing, for our loved ones who are struggling, dealing with physical illness, emotional turmoil, dealing with mental illness, the spiritual struggle. It might be an operation. It might be something ravaging your body. It might be financial challenges or pain from the loss of a loved one. It might be the struggle to recover from addiction or more. Tonight, we invite you, as my hand goes around the room, to mention the names of those for whom you're asking for blessings of healing. Say their name and their relationship to you, like my Uncle Fred, my friend Sophie. And then we'll sing together the words on page 253. Tonight, we ask for blessings of healing for for all of them and all of us. Page 253, the indented words. 253.
Bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say
Amen. Someone once said that the Sukkah was God's way of saying, go outside and play. Get out of the house. Go play. So if you'll indulge me, let's play a little bit. True or false? Think of it first. Some background. When you build a sukkah, the walls have to be all freestanding. Rabbi Paul says, if the only way you're going to build a sukkah is to use the trellis that's a permanent fixture or one of the walls of your house, go ahead and do it. The ancient rabbis say that you can't use a fixed structure as part of your sukkah. But then they have some wonderful questions. Let's say you're on safari and you want to build a sukkah and you only have enough for 2 walls. For a wall, maybe a wall and a half, but not the full 2 walls. Can you use an elephant as a side of a sukkah? How many people say yes? How many people say no? How many just aren't sure? Okay. You have to be ridiculous to ask a question like that. And the answer is yes, you can use the side of an elephant. You're traveling from one place to another and you're on a boat. Can you build a sukkah?
Of course.
Yes, of course, you must.
Yeah.
If you're on the back of an elephant,
Yes.
Because you're traveling through the desert. Do you build a sukkah on the elephant's back?
Of course.
Of course. You're traveling. You can't stop because you're traveling to do trade or whatever. Okay. A horse with very good. And you probably don't have an elephant in the desert. What do I know? But I like this
Is
horse.
there more of this? Is there
Yeah, I'm
more?
gonna keep going.
Oh, well, let me intersperse something. This is what you need to build a sukkah. This is song 16. This is what you need to build a sukkah.
Sukkah.
Wood and branches, hammer and nail. This is what you need to build a sukkah for this holiday.
Okay, question number 2.
Yes.
For Pesach, Passover, we're taught B'chol dor v'dor chayav adam lirot et asmo kilu hu yatsa miMitzrayim. In each and every generation, we have to imagine, to see ourselves as if we personally went forth from Egypt. For Shabbat, the mitzvah is to keep Shabbat and to remember Shabbat. For Sukkot, are we supposed to look at Sukkot, remember Sukkot, or know Sukkot? How many people say, look at the Sukkah? How many people say, remember Sukkot in our wandering? I see 1, 2, 3. By the way, if you get whoever gets the most answers correct gets the first cookies. There's just a couple of those chocolate or the. Okay.
Can I interrupt 1 second? Because earlier in the service,
Yeah.
you said, Rabbi Paul of Woodland Hills said, Lashev Basukkah is what you have
To
to
sit
do.
in the sukkah.
To sit in the sukkah. And you didn't include that in your any possible answers.
Because that's the rabbinic mitzvah.
Okay.
But from the Torah in Vayikra, in Leviticus, it says, dun 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 dun.
Okay,
to
remember?
remember? No, it's not about remembering.
No.
To see yourself there? No.
No.
It's to know. It's to know the Exodus, that it happened, and that we were part of it. Sukkah is about being there, living in it, doing it. Now let's keep going.
Right? This is
What you need to build a sukkah, a sukkah,
wood and
hammer and nails. This is what you need to build a
sukkah.
sukkah
All for this holiday.
Okay, Sukkot was the model for what American holiday?
Thanksgiving.
Yes,
Yes?
but you're not supposed to answer
Oh,
these
sorry.
questions. Okay.
Sorry,
This is
I
for them.
totally-
Arbor
But
Day.
I'm very proud of you,
Okay.
Cantor Doug. You get the first cookie. There it is. Members of the staff, faculty, clergy, and their families are not able to
Not
win.
eligible to
Okay, in 1621, the Pilgrims had the first festival, the first Thanksgiving. The Pilgrims were separatists and observed only those feasts that were in the Bible, so which they studied in Hebrew with rabbinic commentaries. So for their fall harvest festival, they needed something in Scripture to warrant it, to give them permission to be able to do it. So they observed Sukkot. And of course, back then, what were they living in? Huts of some sort, like sukkah booths. They observed Sunday with all the rabbinic Sabbath regulations, but did not celebrate Christmas or Easter, because those were not biblical, but they were later created by the popes. It was a sort of heresy. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, this is
What you need to build
We are
a
so
sukkah,
smooth. Look
a
at that. It just
sukkah,
works.
wood and branches,
hammer and nails. This is what you need to build
a sukkah
a sukkah
for
this
I
holiday.
got 2 more.
Okay.
We'll get it.
You have the lulav, right?
Yeah.
And you have the etrog, the citron. And at the top of it, the thing that makes it kosher is called a pitom. Biting off that pitom, which you're not supposed to do because it makes an etrog not kosher, is good, and it's supposed to assure for a woman one of the 4 following things. See if you can figure it out. Number 1, take a bite of it, and you will stay looking as young as you were when you were earlier, when you were young, even as you age. Number 2, it helps the later years of life go smoothly. Okay, menopause is easier. Number 3, it can ensure an easy delivery. Or number 4, it helps you find a spouse or partner.
These are all very important.
Okay, so how many people think it's number 1, it helps you keep your beauty? Number 2, it makes the later part of years, menopause, easier. Number 3, what was number 3? Easier delivery.
Okay, we have 12.
Okay,
votes for that.
and what was number 4?
Uh,
Finding a spouse or partner.
Uh-huh.
The newlywed game. The answer is, according to tradition,
Oh my
no,
God.
it's number 3.
Oh,
Number
no.
3. The tradition
Rats.
is, and we don't have any proof of this, but supposedly it's supposed to make birth go even easier. So we should ask if Kaylee
bit-
Press, who just had a
That
baby,
baby
Alan
yesterday.
Alan Serena Kay's daughter,
Yep.
just had a baby. Wonder if she'd been off that pitom and had a
Well, it was
smooth,
a
easy-
very successful birth, so I would assume that she did.
Find out. We'll do that.
And this
This is what you need to build a sukkah. A sukkah. Wood and branches, hammer and
We're gonna
nails.
be here all day.
This is what you need to build a sukkah. A sukkah on this holiday.
Okay, the number 1 reason that American Jews should build a sukkah has to do with what American holiday?
Arbor Day?
Arbor Day, because it's like trees. No. Sukkot, that's a Jewish holiday, but not an American holiday. Not yet, anyway. There we
Labor
go.
Day?
Labor Day, good because no. That would be if you bite off the piton, the labor goes easier. Christmas. Work with me for a second. What's the beauty? Anyone ever decorated a tree? Okay. What's the beauty of decorating a Christmas tree? Getting it done. Okay,
Do it
that's
together.
one.
What are you asking a bunch of Jews? How are
It's
they going to
okay.
know?
Everybody should be. You should be with.
In the
some
movies,
have
they do
come
it
from
together.
interfaith families. Some go with friends. So it's all okay. What? You get to create it. What else? It's fun. There's good smells.
You gather around
You
it.
use ornaments passed down door to door, generation to generation. Oh, you remember when we got this? Oh yeah, we were traveling through the airport in Singapore, and there was a okay. And oh, look at this Bed Bath and Beyond. Fun. It's temporary. You put it up, you take it down. It takes a lot of work. What? You gather with friends and family.
Just
you
like a
have a
su-
big meal.
Just like a sukkah, it's a big fire hazard.
Same, right? You've got
True.
it. So, what's interesting is I contend, as do a couple of my colleagues, that if we want to ensure that the Jewish people thrives, we each, both parents with kids, individuals, and grandparents especially, should build a sukkah every year and invite their kids and their grandkids to it. Why? It's an annual activity. You get to decorate it and use those things over and over again. It is big and beautiful if you do it well, just like a Christmas tree. You can even put up lights. In Mea She'arim, the ultra-Orthodox place in Israel, you know what they sell around Sukkot? Tinsel that says for Christmas on it, because they put that in their sukkah to decorate and
It
give
does
it
not
life.
say for Christmas.
It does. It does. It says it right. It says Feliz Navidad.
Oh, so they don't know what it really
They
says.
don't know what it.
Okay.
I mean, I think Feliz was a guy who sold the stuff. If we want to make sure our kids have experiences that are powerful, and we want values, and we want to bring people in and whatever, build a sukkah. We taught that at Menchify, our family program on Sunday. 3 families went out and built their own sukkah for the first time as a way of doing it. Last piece. Ready? Dun, 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 dun.
For this holiday.
The sukkah is like Superman's fortress of solitude. Whereas Superman, it's where Superman goes to connect his home to his home planet and ancestors. And in fact, it is created with elements of kryptonite to remind him of a place he has actually no memory of, but that is part of who we are. We Jews go into the Sukkah where we never have seen because we didn't leave Exodus physically, but we remember where we came from. We're a people that remembers enslavement and pain. We remember wandering in the wilderness.
And
We
Superman
remembering
has
God
Superman
taking us
has holograms of his father that talk to him and people from his planet, just like the Ushpizim.
That is really good.
Yeah, that's really cool. I never thought of that. That's really, really neat.
Awesome.
And the Sukkah is probably a little warmer
Than the fortress of-
Superman's fortress, which
Thank
is
you.
very,
Yeah.
very cold.
And so with that, we say,
This is what you need to build a Sukkah.
A sukkah,
Wood and branches.
hammer and nails. This is what you need to build a sukkah. A sukkah
For this holiday.
welcome to Congregation Orami. This is Cantor Doug Kotler. He'll be
Hello.
with us another 15 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Welcome to the synagogue. Welcome. We're glad you're with us. We want to let you know that tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. we are having our monthly Torah study with me. We'll be reading reading Torah 1 hour from 8:30 to 9:30. If you want bagels and cream cheese, come anytime from 8 o'clock on, I think, right? Or 8:05 on. You can have some of that and some coffee.
There's
and then
free-
come in
free
and study.
bagels?
Free bagels.
Wow.
And
8 in the morning? Yeah, that's
that's painful. Okay, I'm going back to the announcements now.
Okay, no,
So, do come and join us. Come as
This
you are.
is what you need to get a bagel.
Smear of cream cheese, lots and some
If you want to really enjoy a bagel,
bagel.
you'll get here at 8 a.m.
Dong, dong. So the Torah study, it's come as you are. So if you're coming from the gym or going to the gym, just wear that. If you're in jeans, wear jeans. You don't have to get dressed up for this. It's to give you a little spirituality to go forward through the day. On days that I don't have something following, I'll be in jeans. But I have a baby naming later on. Sunday, we're going to have our Simchat Torah and consecration. We're going to unroll the Torah all the way, read the end of it, Devarim, and then read the beginning of it, Bereshit. Come be with us as we celebrate our youngest children, and then we unroll the Torah and look at its messages. 5 o'clock's a dinner if you RSVP, and 6 o'clock is the service. Next Friday, you're going to want to be here. We're going to have a Baha'i here, maybe some Hindu, some Christians or Catholics, Jews, all together. It's going to be an interfaith education evening on homelessness. Our Sukkot Shalom, Orami's congregants organizing to reduce homelessness, will be leading a teach about educational program about homelessness in the area. Drive around the streets everywhere. You're seeing that it's growing here in Southern California, actually all over the country. More here because it's warmer here, people coming out here. So come and be with interfaith clergy and leaders to join us for that. Also on Sunday is our Center for Jewish Parenting session, the first of our series. And Jeremy Mann from the Pacific Teen Treatment Center is going to be here talking about we're all in this together, the family as a system. That's, yes. Is that the 20th? Is that this week? Next week. A week from Sunday. A week from this Sunday. Yeah, like I said, this Sunday. Okay. Next Sunday is our Interfaith Solidarity March. We'll be marching all over the valley with people from all religious groups. Come and be part of it. You got to come to this. Violins of Hope, violins that survived the Holocaust that an Israeli luthier fixed back up, repaired, and then found the stories of all these, the people who played these violins. They're being brought to life in a beautiful narrated concert. Tuesday, October 29th, 7 o'clock. There's already like 190 people registered to do it. We'll also have a photographer, a friend of mine, who photographed the entire collection. He's going to bring a couple of his photos and tell us about what it's like. The music will be beautiful and the whole experience. And then Mitzvah Day is coming around. I'd like to invite up our Mitzvah Day co-chair, Marcy Goldwater, to tell us a little about it.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Marcy.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
I learned something. I learned that every year in LA County, about 28,000 children go into foster care. And a lot of times these kids are taken from their homes with nothing but the clothes on their back. And so we here at Orami do a very beautiful thing, and it's Mitzvah Day. Every year in November we have Mitzvah Day, and this year it will be November 17th. And what we do is we put together bags of comfort for these kids who are going into foster care, usually anywhere between 400 or 500 bags. So you see out in the lobby all the boxes that my co-chair, Debbie Cutter, and I have put together. And we are looking for new items to donate. We need backpacks, bottles of shampoo, conditioner, all kinds of things. You can see the boxes out there. There's a weekly email that goes out, so you can see the items. You can find me on Facebook if you have questions, Marcy Goldwater. And we also are in need of volunteers for that day. So if you're interested in coming to man one of the stations, it's a really wonderful event. The congregants come. There's different stations where you take a duffel bag and fill it with all these different items of comfort for these kids. So I hope you can donate items. If you can't donate items, new items, we'll always take your money. You can adopt a bag for $50, or anything that you can help out with. And if you can contribute, come be a part of the day and help us for Mitzvah Day. Thank you.
Thanks, Marcy.
She didn't get music.
This is what you need to be a mensch. Come to Mitzvah Day.
Don't sit on the bench.
Don't sit on the bench. This is what you need to be a mensch.
Amen.
Listen to Marcy.
Beautiful. He's got a million of them, but we won't do that all day. So thank you for being with us. Let's turn to page 294. We celebrate, there's joy, and part of Ushpizin is remembering not only the ancient ones, but also our own relatives upon whose shoulders we stand, but who are no longer with us. Their memories warm us. Their love can still lift us up. Tonight, we'll remember your own loved ones who you're remembering at this time, the people who gave you life or who brought light into your life. Tonight, especially, we remember our congregant, Lisa Wiviet, whose yahrzeit is now. She was a bright light, and as she has moved on from this life to what's next, we miss her dearly. And with her family, we hold them close as they conclude one part of the journey of mourning and move into the next part, year two. Others of you are remembering your loved ones during this time of Kaddish. As I bring my hand around the room, I invite you to mention their names and relationship aloud. Tonight we are remembering Asher ben Elkanah Esther. We turn to page 294 as we rise together, and we say, Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divera chirutei v'yamlich ma'achutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach leolam u'lolmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei dekudisha brichu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shloma Rabbah min Shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates peace in the high heavens bring peace to us, to all Israel and all the world, as we say together. Amen.
Please be seated.
This might be what peace sounds like.
Od yavo shalom, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom, od yavo shalom aleinu, shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen.
Od yavo shalom, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom, od yavo shalom aleinu, shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen.
Oseh shalom bimroma, hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevet. Yaseh shalom. Shalalalo, Yaseh shalom, ve'imeru amen. Shalom, Yosef Shalom.
on the chairs behind you. If you're comfortable, stand next to someone, put your arms around them. If you're not, do it anyways. Not really. We ask God to shelter us beneath the Sukkah of Shalom, the shelter of peace. So we sing Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom.
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 V'ha'amidenu shomrenu.
V'ha'amidenu shomrenu.
L'chaim.
L'chaim.
Ufros aleinu.
Ufros aleinu.
Sukkot shlomecha. Here, Sukkot Sukkah. Ufros aleinu. Sukkot shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath thy wings.
Shelter us beneath thy wings.
O Adonai.
Oh Adonai.
Guard us from all harmful things.
Guard us from all harmful things.
O Adonai.
Oh Adonai.
Keep us safe throughout the night.
Keep us safe throughout the
Till we
night.
wake with morning's light.
Till we wake with morning.
Teach us daily wrong from right.
Teach us daily wrong from right.
O Adonai.
Oh
Amen. The Sukkah, the secret of the Sukkah, is not what you build it with. It's not what you decorate it with. It's not even that you do it. It's that you have to bring people into it with you. And when you do that, you're now creating community. You're stopping the loneliness. You're nourishing souls. You're raising up love. If we build a sukkah, we transform our lives because we're with others. That makes our lives transformed. And then we can sing. In a minute, we're going to go out to the foyer. Three quick thank yous. Thank you to the Citron sisters, Mom and Jill and Stacy. Thank you to Cantor Doug. He either sees on the internet one of these cool renditions of songs, or sometimes I do or other people do. They send it to him and say, "Can you do it?" And in 3 days, he's like, "Sure." And in 3 days, puts it together.
Happy.
So thank you to
verify
that.
it,
And then welcome. Just raise your hand. Richard Ruin, raise your hand. Okay. Bill Gottschalk, raise your hand. Long-time congregants from the early years. Each board members helped build this place. Were you guys? You were the ones who helped get us into this building. You were on the board during that time.
Yeah.
So welcome back. We're thrilled to have you there. Welcome to. Well, you're here all the time, but I love you, and you helped with the plans. Thank you, Brian Dell. And I want to introduce our current president, Leslie Kraut, is right there. Raise your hand. So go on out, grab a little grape juice. Don't drink it till we say the Kiddush. Shabbat shalom.